Ikaw lamang ang akin.
Hi, my name is Ali with a Y, and I played Ali with an I.
My name is Benjamin Garcia. I played Urbi for partial part of it.
Hi, my name is Delaney Bantillo, and I played Belen and Fauna, sewing lady.
Hi, my name is Devaki Ektare, and I played Ritu and sewing lady.
Hi, I'm Diane. I played Cirza.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gertz, and I played Helen and the pet bird.
I am Jen, and I played Nemasani.
Hello, I'm Julia Wright, and I played Naja.
Hi, my name is Jillian Smith, and I played Calista.
Hi, I'm Krithi, and I played Nasreen and Sewing Lady number 2.
Hi, I'm Ray D'Ambrosio. I played Senator Lias and Mr. Zyclo.
Hello, I'm Romelo Urbi, and I played Anonymous.
Hi, I'm Sara Devalupali, and I played Pascal.
Hello, my name is Tim Garcia, and I played Strygal.
Hello, my name is Vinh Nguyen, and I am the director of the show.
Hi, my name is Cordelia Larsen, and I'm the assistant director of the show.
Hi, I'm Barbara. I did props.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I did costumes.
Hi, my name is Skyler. I was the stage manager, and I did the special effects.
And I'm Sarah Dean. I am the executive director. A big thank you to our entire cast and crew who's not here tonight. Winnie Chan, did our dramaturgy, and we super grateful for all of her research to give us a better insight on Homer's Odyssey and the Anonymous. We will, you guys, if you do, our audience, thank you so much for all of your cheer in the chat. We just super loved it. And please continue to that. If you have any specific questions, feel free to drop those into the chat. I'm monitoring that. Same thing with our friends over on YouTube who are watching. I just wanted to take just a little bit of a moment to note that today is the National Day of Action and Healing for the AAPI community. And we are just so proud to be able to share this story with you tonight. In lieu of donate, or if you are moved enough to make a donation, we do recommend that you contribute to a cause that you are that is near and dear to your heart. I do have some recommendations that I will then go ahead and drop into the chat. The Stop AAPI hate.org and also the Asian American Women's Artists Association are two funds, as well as a number of others that we recommend. If you have the ability to show some support, we are truly grateful. We did a donation earlier today for the company to the Asian American Women's Artists Association, and so I just wanted to say thank you. We're just going to do just a quick little question and answer. If there's anything tonight that you guys have questions on, please feel free to drop those into the chat. And I will get things started just with a little bit with Vinh. We have been working together for a year now. And in that year, we have never been in the same room. So I'm really, truly grateful for all of our hours over this wonderful Zoom. And can you talk a little bit about your connection? You brought this play to me and said, Sarah, this is something that I feel we should consider to do on this platform in this time. You did that back, I believe, in September. It was late summer or early fall. And so talk to me a little bit about your connection with this piece and how appropriate it is.
Great. Hi, everybody. It's been, this play has a very special place in my heart, being a first-generation Vietnamese American, and it's a story about immigrants and refugees. So, right away there was a connection. I had the pleasure of doing this show twice before on a creative team of 2 of the productions that came before, one in San Diego and one in San Francisco at ACT, right before the shutdown. So our first day of rehearsal was also our last. So I'm so grateful to be able to, I approached Sara and I said, Sara, that we need to tell this story. It's so beautiful. It's so relevant. Immigrants and refugees are still seeking a home in America, and it's ever so relevant. And then these past 2 weeks that happened, and fortunately and unfortunately, this show is more relevant than ever. And so I was just telling the cast before the show, but what a wonderful time, what a privilege for us to be telling this story, to be centering and uplifting voices and stories of the AAPI community and the BIPOC community. So I am so grateful, and thank you so much for being here and sharing your time with us.
And cast or staff, I will kind of open up that same question to you. Connections to the piece itself. Did anybody know the show before? And when saw that announcement go out, was that of interest? Did it spark? How did you guys connect in with the show?
I can jump in on that first. So I actually did this show when I was in high school. It was the last production that I did. And it has always held a very, very dear place in my heart. Not just because of the story, but because the creator of the show, Naomi Iizuka, is one of the few Japanese American playwrights that I've found. And I hold that very dear in my heart as a Japanese American, to look up to another creative like that. But this story has always just not just pulled at my heartstrings, but pulled at my humanity to remind me what it is we fight for every day. Just what we are striving to protect, the people that we need to uplift, and how we societally need to refocus ourselves to protect the most vulnerable in our communities. And especially right now, that rings ever, ever true, like Vinh was saying. So I am honored and totally blessed to be part of this production team. And that day I got that phone call from Vinh, I squealed so loud in my car because I originally was auditioning for the show, but he was like, hey, so you know this show and have done it before. Want to help me make a creative vision come to life?
I guess just kind of from my perspective, I was the firstborn in my family here in America. And so what I really appreciated during the rehearsal process is Vinh actually had us kind of tell our own stories, right? Of how did we come to America, and that really just kind of shaped how we were going to present our characters in this show. And it's just that beautiful tapestry of all these different people's different backgrounds that just make, to me, what America means to me. It's a beautiful tapestry. And if you look at this screen right now, it's just, that's exactly what you see. And it's so beautiful. So thanks, everyone.
And as you can see, I made Jen sing her beautiful song in the song that she connects to.
Well, this isn't a story connection, I'd like to say, as the person who put together the special effects for this. I think it was really cool to, even over Zoom, give this show some technical life. While of course it was brought to life mostly by the actors, I thought that the ability to put sound effects in a show like you would in a traditional production was very helpful, in my opinion, and hopefully everyone else's opinion, but maybe it's just because I did them, to help bring the show to life. And I was really, really happy to be a part of kind of uplifting this show from the fantastic level it was already at with just the actors, and giving it that extra bit of zhuzh to make sure it was still a fantastic show, even over Zoom.
I will say, I'll chime in on that, because one of my comments is when Vinh first presented this to me and I read through the script of Anonymous, I was like, well, how are you going to do this over Zoom? So good job. Well done. There were a couple questions. The backgrounds. Anybody want to talk a little bit about their particular background that we're seeing here?
I'll let the cast do this one.
Yeah. Jump in, guys, or folks.
Mine is a great big olive tree.
Yeah, I searched for sandstorms and tried to pick up the one that had the best resolution. So so I got this baby.
For their chorus refugee moments, just for context audience, we had them pick backgrounds that resonated with them because we felt that would give those bits even more kind of depth and texture if the actors chose something that resonated with them and maybe their homeland or something like that.
So mine is from my mom's hometown in the Philippines called Lumban, Laguna. So this is a photo from there. And it worked out nicely because Vinh saw it. He's like, it's near water. That's perfect. So I was like, I was so glad that we found this picture.
There is a question for Sharon. Tell us about the death shrouds and also some of the other imagery that you have brought to across the show.
Sure. I'm really obsessed with Greek mythology, so this was right up my alley. If you go through, we can't watch this again, but if you go think back, there's actually details on every character that signal back to the original Odyssey story. The shrouds were in reference to the shades, which are the ghosts in not Hades Town, but the underworld. So that was based on that sort of veiling, the gray, the coloring was sort of based on the descriptions of the shades in the Grecian underworld. Also, the color scheme is also based on the colors that are listed in Homer's works. So the reds, the purples, the greens, and the only person in blue is Naja, because blue is a color that doesn't show up in any ancient texts, which makes her that much more mythical. Red is a symbolism, is color of passion and change and transition. So Anon is the only one in red. Purples, royalties, senators, upper class of Grecian and Roman society. So we have those people dressed like that. And then there's bits and pieces along the way. So we have Calista. She's got a little dolphin on her necklace because that is her animal for the goddess Calypso, who traps Anon on her island for a very long time. I don't know if anyone caught that Circe is a reference to Circe, that demi-goddess. She's got skeletons on her t-shirt. She traps him on her island for a very long time, and then eventually invites him to the underworld. We also have Strygal, who is a reference to the giants who eat people. They're cannibals, and so he's got a hat with the giants' colors. Is very Bay Area, black and orange, letter L, and so there's like pieces of that along the way. Naja also has feathers in her hair because she's a reference to Athena, the goddess, who is Odysseus's patron goddess. So there's bits woven throughout. Yeah.
Thanks. I mean, that's kind of mind-blowing. The detail that Sharon has put into this is massive snaps there. To the actors and directors, what part was the hardest and what part was the most fun of the rehearsal process?
I'll hop on real quick for this one and I'll let the cast answer. For us, and we talked about this in rehearsal too, was that the show was not told in a chronological order. It relies on the fact that a lot of our audiences already knew the Homer's Odyssey. So it's for, and then there's a lot of flashbacks. So we put that in the program. So hopefully that will help you a little bit. But the majority, like the chunk in the middle of the show, is Anon's flashback. He comes in and meets the Indian family in the restaurant, and then he tells the story, and then we'll go back to the end where he comes back from the flashback and then finishes off the story. So hopefully that was was communicated well in the story, in what we presented to you. The script is so cinematic, right? There's a lot of like zoom in and out and flashback, and we're like, how are we going to do this without, you know, film or being on stage? So, but that was my biggest challenge. But you know, I have an amazing, talented cast who did an amazing job of helping me communicate it. So hopefully that was through. Yeah, and actors, was there any part of that you want to add to?
Remembering to unmute. Oh, sorry.
I was just quickly going to say, for me, I mean, I feel like there are some of us who have done kind of like Zoom theater before, but this is my first time ever doing Zoom theater. And it's so different from live theater because normally you have like all the energy of like the actors that you're acting with. And what's hard with Zoom theater is that your like focus can't be on people because it's your computer screen. And so I think that's kind of the tricky thing, is figuring out like, what am I looking at, and also still kind of trying to feel the energy, but not really having a presence there. And so that was kind of a tricky thing for me, was learning how to act with a screen.
For me, it was learning, I mean, not learning, but keeping in mind to change the names and backgrounds for each of the scenes. Yeah, that was really good fun.
Thing that was fun and hard for me was all the food and the blood. It was fun because it's like fun to be interactive, but like we didn't start like eating until a couple of days ago, and so I was so scared I was gonna choke sometimes, and like my sweatpants are covered in blood and there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, I have little spackles of blood
on my walls, on my bed.
office.
I don't know how it happened.
It's like, I hope no police officers come in here anytime soon.
Do you have a really dead piece of chicken too?
I do. Here, see, here it is.
Yeah.
It's thoroughly beaten piece of chicken.
You waxed the chicken for a sound effect, although on my computer tonight it didn't sound as loud.
That was my neck. That was hard. That was hard.
You got to hit hard to get through the bones. You know, it's important.
So Romelo, since you were talking just a little bit about your experience on, what is it like being a constant presence on the stage, and how did you navigate such an emotional roller coaster?
That's my friend, and she's just trying to be supportive, but I will answer the question anyway.
It's a good question for everybody to hear.
It was a really fast process. We did it in like 2 weeks, and then the play itself is all kind of jumbled, and then the rehearsals like schedule was also a little jumbled, so I hadn't felt the entire like story until a couple days ago, and so I think these past few days still trying to nail down like what is his like journey. I don't really have a good answer. It was hard. And then having to do all the background switches and all the props and everything, it was a miracle today that I was able to get all the backgrounds right, but it was hard. Zoom theater.
It was amazing. You did an amazing job.
It
Don't
was
discredit
seamless.
yourself.
Hello.
You were great. You were fantastic, and
Yeah,
you know,
I love
you kept going. You know, that there was, you know, keeping that emotional journey, like your friend said. Yeah, it was very impressive.
Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you.
Good. And then Daphne has a question. Were the accents and character ethnicities already decided by the playwright or customized for this theater?
A little bit half and half. The Indian family was settled. It's in the script. Pascal's ethnicity was written in the script, but a lot of the other ones were not. And so we just found the actors that were best for the role. We're very fortunate. I was very I was hoping that I would get Nemasani Anon to be from the same cultural background, just for that connection, and we were very fortunate to find 2 amazing actors who fit the role. But other than that, we kind of left it open and just see who turned up, and we have this amazingly vibrant, talented, diverse cast that's here with us today.
I love that Vinh really opened it up to the cast and crew to weave our personal stories and make everything as relevant to the now to us as possible. Like mentioning Pascal, it was just mentioned in the script that Pascal is West African, but then Sara was like, I really want to bring in my Ugandan heritage. So we really worked together on that. And then I also tried to like pepper in bits and pieces, like the sewing ladies, their aprons are striped because I was making a reference to prison workers. Pascal's got the American flag on her jacket. as a reference to how Americans stole people, but they're still they are Americans, and then, bringing that back into Black Lives Matter. So making everything relevant to the now was really, really important and personal to all of us.
Yeah, I totally agree. I did not expect how relevant doing this show would feel through the process. I think that when Vinh first told me about it, I was like, or it came up in I think it was one of our CIA meetings where it was just like a notion, like a thought. We hadn't even done anything yet. But when I found out about it, I was like, oh, this would be a cool show to be in. But I didn't realize that how much this meant to my heritage and helped me bring that forward in ways that I'd never even thought of before.
I'm going to quickly plug CIA. So he mentioned CIA meetings. So South Bay Musical Theater has a cultural inclusivity and accountability committee where we talk about all of this. And yeah, you're welcome to join us anytime.
And you can reach out to me if you are interested in joining that. We would love to have more people participate at any time. I'm dropping my email into the chat, and that is the best way to get in touch and get on that. We meet about once a month, and really the CIA group has driven all of our policy, tons of policy change in our community or in our company, as well as just setting precedent for the future. And we are incredibly grateful for the hard work that the members of that team have given. I think it is time to kind of say goodnight and wrap up. Thank you all so much for attending. I'm going to do one quick little plug only because Vinh is running an audition workshop starting in on April 8th, running Thursday nights. It is just a 4-week class. There are 4 slots remaining. We are open to scholarships, either full scholarships or partial scholarships. If those are needed, again, my email's in the chat, and I reach out, please, please, please. Simultaneously with that, we will be running an accent. Those of you that were curious in the accents, there's an accent workshop that is happening on Tuesdays in the month of April as well. So both of those are available up on our website. I just really wanted to mention Vinh's workshop was phenomenal. He did this back in November, and it is a great opportunity. Thank you again, everybody, for coming to my cast, my company. You are, as always, beautiful, wonderful. I'm so appreciative. Thank you for pouring your heart, your soul, and bringing so much passion to this production and being a part of our community. I am truly, as always, humbled and grateful. I'm going to cry again. Again. Thank you, audience members. If you would like to jump on and shout out now, let it all out. You were a wonderful, wonderful audience.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
You guys were
Bravo.
amazing.
Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
It was wonderful.
Tour de force.
Yay.
It was a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching.